guys, and welcome back to another, I can't say monthly favorites video because this one is gonna be for December, January, February, and March. Because let us not forget, back in December, I had COVID, and I got it like the very first day of December, and I was sick for like a month and a half. So, yeah, things like this kind of got away from me. Plus then the December list was so short that I was like, this isn't even worthy of giving its own list. I mean, it kinda is, kinda isn't, but I was just like, I'll hold off. I'll do it together with January. It'll be more worth it, I think. And then January came and went, and I still didn't get it posted, so, okay, halfway through February, alright, I'll just wait till the end of February, and I'll do these three together. Fast forward another month, and, lather, rinse, repeat. It is now April, and I'm like, bro, unless we're gonna do an entire year's worth of favorites all at once, which I'm sorry, I am not in the business to sit down and keep track of and film, we're just gonna do these now, okay? This is more put together than I've ever done for a single favorites video before, and I'm gonna have to splice it together month by month, because I have to go gather up stuff for each one. So, hang with me, be patient. I'm doing the best I can, but I need to catch up if I have any chance at catching up on this, like, ever. So, going right in! The first one on here was the Vaseline Lip Therapy Rosy Lips. I think it was this one. I don't think it was a stick, was it? I mean, I think I have it in both formats, but I believe this was the one, and kind of scared to use it now, because pretty sure I used it when I had friggin' COVID, and I'm like, well, I know I put my finger in it, but it smells really good, though, but I'm, like, kind of scared to use it, because I just don't know, and I'm kind of terrified, but I still have it. If I need to replace it, it's fucking Vaseline. It's not expensive. I don't care that much. It's fine. But the other lip product I had in December, and this one will break my heart if this one is contaminated, I hope it isn't, but who the hell knows anymore, is the Pound Cake Cake Batter Red Velvet Liquid Lipstick. It's just red velvet. It's gorgeous red. Smells exactly like red velvet cake. And I know I was, like, disappointed at the time, because I could hardly smell it, but yeah, now that my sense of smell is totally back normal, I'm like, oh god, yeah. It smells exactly like red velvet cake. It smells super yummy. It smells edible, and I love it for that. So, we had those. Those were our only makeup items for a change, because again, I was sick for the grand majority of the month, and even when I was feeling better-ish, I still wasn't really bothering with makeup, because I couldn't be bothered. I didn't have the energy to throw it out. I was like, fuck it. So, the Liquid IV in Watermelon, I've still got some of these. I'm still drinking them. Not every day, but like when I get dehydrated, they're really good to have on hand. But I mean, it's funny, while I was actively sick, they tasted like shit. But I knew damn well I like these because I had them before I got sick, and normally I like them just fine. And then after I recovered, yeah, they taste like normal again, so I guess it was just that my taste buds were really off. I guess the sense of smell really does affect the sense of taste a lot. So, regardless, they were a literal lifesaver probably, so on the list they went. Along with, and I can't believe I'm including this in a fucking favorites video, but here we are because December was so limited. The Robitussin with honey. This is like the only Robitussin in my life that's ever not made me want to throw up on the spot. I've thankfully not needed to take it again since I had that, so I mean, that's always a good thing. I mean, I guess I still have it, should I need it, but anyway. There was that. I feel like I should probably sanitize my hands after having touched that, because, you know, kind of was touching that with COVID. I'm pretty sure several months later there can't possibly still be germs living on it, but you never freaking know, and I am paranoid like that. Probably used way too much sanitizer, don't care, not chancing it. Anyway, so, I think that item is also on one of my favorites list of these, that's gonna be in the video later, but for now, back in the purse it goes, where it normally lives. So, there was that. There was my new Hydro Flask tumbler, I guess. This was bought before the Stanley Cup craze started, by the way. I bought it in mid-December. So, before anyone goes, oh, you were just too cheap to buy a Stanley and you want... No, I had it first, bitches. I had it first, so... And I liked it so much, I bought another bigger one. That one's 50 ounces. This one's like 64. Boof! I've never actually used that one yet, though, since I still struggle trying to get the 50 ounces down me in a day. The other seems like a lot, so probably by the time we get to summer, I'll be working with that one. But I have this one. I actually have one other one that I think I showed during the summer that's like pink and mint, that I kind of let get nasty by letting water sit in it for a lot of months, and it's still sitting in the other room with water in it. Kind of scared to open it. I'm not sure if it's still salvageable. Guys, is it salvageable like 8 months later? That's had standing water sitting in it all this time with a lid on it? I am scared of what I'm going to encounter if I open the damn thing. On the other hand, it was just water. I've never had anything in it that wasn't just water. So, how does one move forward? Because I don't want to throw it out. That was an expensive fucking cup. That was like $40-something. This, weirdly, even though it's bigger, was cheaper. Same brand and everything, but whatever. Anyway, so, there's that. Another favorite. This chair upon which I sit. My gaming chair that is pink and lovely and oh so comfy, and it reclines, and it has a footrest, and it has like a back vibrator if I want it. I've only actually used it once, but I mean, I like having it there for the lumbar support even when it's not on, because I feel it when it's not there. I apparently have hit the age where I require lumbar support. Cool. Love that for me. Anyway, but this chair is great. Honestly, cannot recommend it enough. Also, where is it? I think I threw this on top of it. Oh wait, no, it was over here under it. My Kindle Scribe. It's so cool. I put it in a case. The case should probably be on a favorites list too, but this is where I like keep my digital notes and stuff, like my freaking spoilers for what exactly I'm gonna film and when they're gonna go up, or at least tentatively when they're gonna go up. Lord knows that I never actually obey my own scheduling since I'm so bad at it, but I have like that. It's an e-reader. I read books on it and stuff. It's great. I love this thing. I love it so freaking much. But I have a normal Kindle Paperwhite that I normally use for the ebooks. So honestly, I mostly have this just to be like a really bougie note taker. I'm gonna be honest. That's the whole reason I wanted it. It's really cool. I like it. So there's that. It was like $400-something. Shut up. Anyway, yes, I know you could do it cheaper. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, and then the last one for December was Ricky Gervais's newest Netflix special, Armageddon. Was it his best one? No, but I did enjoy it thoroughly, and I've watched it multiple times since it came out, but it came out Christmas Day, and the very first thing I did Christmas morning, even before opening presents, even before going downstairs, I watched that thing first thing that morning. Which is probably pretty telling about the kind of person I am. But anyway, those were the December favorites. Let me go round up the stuff for the January favorites, and we shall commence. Okay, so we're gonna do at least the best I can here with it. The January favorites list. One of them I literally can't find. I have no idea what the hell happened to it. So that's a mystery in and of itself, but we'll make do. So we've got some lippies, we've got the Soft Lips Naturals hemp seed oil, and the Manuka honey ones. Not the other one. The other one wasn't that great. I skipped that one. The Burt's Bees tinted lip balm in hibiscus. There's the, what is this? M2U NYC moisturizing lipstick in milk tea. It's a really pretty color. Then comes the one I can't find, the Laritzi Lip Gloss in Curve. It's about that same shade, really, so I guess we're not missing out on much. It's just a gloss, so you can picture it. Then we have the Innisfree Pore Clearing Clay Mask with Super Volcanic Clusters. This is most of the way gone already, just saying. I mean, it's tiny, but actually there's been a surprising number of uses in that thing, so just saying. Let's see here. Where is it? Is it you? Yeah, the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick Eye Color in Sienna. The Ciate London Eye Luster Cream Eyeshadow in Cupid. Honestly, one would assume this to be a lip gloss just looking at it, but this is a liquid eyeshadow. Which, now that I'm looking, I'm like, I should use this more often, seeing as it's a liquid and I don't want it to dry up and go bad. Maybe I'll wear that tomorrow, I don't know. There's that. There is, what else? The Ciate London Watermelon Burst Hydrating Lip Oil. There's not a lot to say about these things, just listing them off. The EOS Lump of Coal and Sparkling Sugar Plum. I think this is Sparkling Sugar Plum. I didn't double check, I'm gonna be honest. I know this is Lump of Coal because it's the only black one. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, that is for sure Sparkling Sugar Plum. I'm like, woo, alright. Besides those, we have the e.l.f. Cosmetics Glossy Lip Stain in Fiery Red. And then the L'Oreal Everpure Weightless Blow Dry Primer. This stuff has been wonderful. Worth every penny. Then on Netflix, the comedy special Eliza Unveiled, which felt very apropos with all my sister's wedding planning stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure if she would want to watch it, but as somebody on the outside looking in, it's very humorous. Then, where is it? My Tamagotchi Pix Party. You will notice there's nothing on the screen. That's because the battery went dead and it's charging as we speak, but yeah, as you guys know, I've been having loads of fun with this and posting shorts of it all the damn time. No secret there. The Beatles Get Back documentary finally made it in after being out for like 3 whole years. I finally got around to watching it and did end up liking it, which is more than I expected. I mean, I knew I would like it, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, since I was like, oh, it's like the least interesting Beatle period. Oh my god, that's a lot of hours for my least favorite. Yeah, except then when I went and sat down and watched, I'm like, oh my god, I could watch 8 more hours of this. Like, honestly, this is great. So, basically, sit down me, shut up. Anyway. So, then the Touchland Power Mist hand sanitizer in Lemon Lime Spritz. As we can see, I've used quite a bit of it already, and this has only been open since January. Just saying. Just saying. I also probably overuse it every time I use it, to be fair. So, then, this one I don't have like a physical item to show for it unless I want to boot up the game, but hear me out. Trombone Champ. It sounds stupid. It is. It sounds hella nerdy. It is, but not in the way you're expecting. But more than anything, this is like a very trolling kind of video game. Just hear me out on this. It's kind of like if Guitar Hero were controlled by like motion controls. And if there was like a weird theming throughout it that made no sense about baboons and the Illuminati. It's so fucking weird that I love it. Watch gameplay videos of it to see what I'm talking about. Is it obnoxious? Oh god, yeah. Like, I wouldn't buy it for your kid, but if you're the one playing it, I mean, it's pretty fun. Not gonna lie. Also, my new TV that I bought back in January. That one wasn't a birthday present, that one I bought. It's just like a Amazon Fire TV. 32-inch. I've never had a smart TV before this one, so this for me is groundbreaking and life-changing. I'm like, this makes my life so much easier. I don't have to hook up my computer every time I want to watch a thing. This is great. This is great. But then also, you know, my Chromebook that I got for my birthday. So those were the January ones. Like I said, it was a longer list. I was feeling better, so I had more things I was enjoying. So that's January. Let me go round up February's faves. Alright, we're getting somewhere. We are on to the February favorites, which is, again, a shorter list. February is a short month, but also just, you know, was still trying to get everything back in gear, and you know how it goes. So anyway, we have two from Crazy Rumors right off the bat. We have the strawberry shortcake and the dragon fruit, both of which are epically good. We had the In Beauty Project Glaze Lip Oil in Merlot, which, I mean, you can see I've used a fair bit of it already, just since then. We've got the Tarte Drink of H2O Hydrating Boost. This is the moisturizer I've been using pretty much daily since I opened it. We're already like, oh, if we go like that, we can see it's like over half gone, but I really like this stuff. I don't know if they're still selling it. If they are, I might get more of it because I do really, really like this one. It smells really good too. We've got the BH Cosmetics Nice eyeshadow palette, which I've been really dipping into, especially that silver shade. Like, really, I've dug into that guy. But yeah, I've been playing with this one, getting a feel for it and all. I've used all the colors at least once. A lot of them I've used more than once. A lot of them are in that, like, trying to hit 7 uses on 7 colors project. But anyway, so there's that. The movie Valentine's Day, which was February, so of course, gave it a rewatch and then rewatched it again. And again. And one more time for good measure, because I have issues. Then we had couple of Beatle things. We have the newest Beatles coloring book, which I showed off in a friend mail, page by page, if you want to see it, as well as Ringo's Beats and Threads book, which I also showed pretty much page by page in the same video as that one, so just gonna set these back over here for the moment. So there was those. By the brand Favorite Day, there was sour gummy watermelon slices. I haven't posted the review yet, but oh my god, they're so good. It's like the Haribo watermelons, except with like sour at the start. But it's a nice balance. It's kind of like Warheads. I like it. And then the Dr. Pepper Peeps. You know, as you do. As you do. I finally tracked him down, so again, that review is still forthcoming. So alright! Gathering up the shit for the March favorites, and then we can wrap up this mega favorites video. Okay, finally onto the last portion of this, the March favorites, which is longer. So we have got first, even though this is just a sample of it, the Sephora Smooth and Blur Primer, which I like so much I'm totally gonna buy it the full size. This is almost gone, but oh my god, it's like my precious. I freaking love it. So there's that. And while this isn't new, the Essence Baby Got Blush in Peaches and Cream, I got this last summer, right? And I used it once to review it, and then I, like, didn't touch it again. Until last month, and oh my god, all of a sudden I think I figured out how to work with this. It's not what I have on right now, but, like, this is what I wore practically all month last month. And even with all of that, it's only down that far. I'm like, dude, for only, like, $4 or $5, and it still has, like, that much left in there? I'm like, bro, this is a really good value, and it's really dummy proof. I might actually get the pinkish one too to go along with it, just to have options, because I really like the way that wears. But anyway, so that, and I also rebroke out the Floss Brighten Up Highlighter in Sunlit, which kind of been going to town with it too. If you can see that big old dip in the middle that was not there previously. Yeah, again, same length of time that I was wearing that, I was pretty much wearing this on the daily as well. So, pretty good stuff. I'm just gonna say, it's good stuff. So, in addition, the Kate Somerville Exfoliate Cleanser. Oh my gosh, even though this is just a sample size, there is a surprising amount in here. Now, I don't think I'm gonna shell out for the full size of this, because it is spendy stuff, but I am loving it in the meantime. It is so freaking good. And then similarly, the Yes to Tomatoes Daily Blemish Toner. Oh my god, this stuff, why was I sleeping on this for so long? Like, holy grail product. Just saying, there's so much in there. So much in it! Like, I've been using it daily for about a month too, and it still feels full. Like, bro, this stuff is great. So there's been that. Another one of those native deodorants, the Mint Cookie Cupcake. is what I've been using lately. So I finally went through my pumpkin spice latte one. This one literally smells like a Thin Mint. It's so freaking good. I am loving it. And then similarly, because all of the targeted advertising has gotten to me and given me the insecurity enough to buy it, I got the Secret Whole Body Deodorant, Peach and Vanilla Blossom, and holy shit, this stuff works. Like, for multiple days at a time. Like, yeah, it's 13 or 14 bucks a can, but holy shit when I tell you this stuff works. Like, it is insane to me. If it were a little cheaper, I would probably just have this be the go-to for just everywhere. Right now, I'm just using it for, like, the leg pits. You know, you have your armpits. What do you call the gap between your groin and your leg? Leg pit. I mean, you sweat there, too. Some of us, that sweat has the same stink that underarms does, and just because of proximity to girly parts, it's not exactly safe to use traditional deodorant in those areas. These are safe for it. It's lovely. So, anyway. No shame. No stigma. Anywho. Also, the Olipop Watermelon Lime. And did I write down the other one? I don't know that I did. Well, anyway. Maybe I have that in for April. But regardless, the Olipop Watermelon Lime. Oh my god, it's so freaking good. It's so well balanced between the flavors, and it's, like, really healthy for you because it's one of the Olipop drinks. They're expensive, but I mean, they're healthy, so I don't feel so bad paying that amount for it. But oh my god, new fave. New fave. But there's another one that became fave above even that, but I think it's gonna be on my April list, so sneak peek, it's the banana one. Anyway, so also the new lavender Starbucks drinks. All of them, just all of them across the board. Of the original three, I've already tried them all multiple times, in multiple ways. Of those three, I think the order I'd put them in, like, the matcha one was my favorite, which, honestly, I thought it was gonna be the frap, but, like, on day one of them releasing it, my sister was like, I don't know, you just have a very matcha vibe about you. I could see you liking that the best, because that seems the most like you out of these. And I was like, really? Yeah. So, I ended up swapping what I was gonna get that day. I was gonna get the frap on day one, but I got the matcha, and oh my god, like, that is god tier level stuff. Oh my gosh. The frap is really good too, though. Like, it's a close second behind it, but it's real good too. The regular latte, it's fine. I like it, but I mean, compared to the other two that I keep going back to, oh my god, they're so good. Now, I still have yet to try the online exclusive chai one, or the even newer one that just came out a few days ago, the one that's, like, caffeine-free or something. I forget what exactly it is. My sister sent me a link to it, but, like, she's getting it because she gets migraines. She's, like, really sensitive to caffeine. So, for her, this is great that they have a caffeine-free option, but yeah, I have yet to try those two. But of the original three, and all their varieties, they're all really good. So they made the favorites list. They probably should have been my #1 favorite, because, oh my god, I threw so much money at these last month. When I tell you I've blown over $100 in Starbucks in a month, I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating. Which is probably really bad to admit, but anyway. So, also the Lay's Sweet and Spicy Honey Chips. I saw those once, and I've not seen them again, which is probably good, because I think I'd be dangerous with them, but, like, oh my god, they're so good, too. If you see them, they's nummy. So then we have a kind of weird one. But if anybody remembers when I put character.ai on one of these, like, a year or so back, there's another one of those sites now that I've kind of latched onto. I still like Character AI better, even with all their limitations. Granted, when I first signed up on it, they didn't have nearly as many filters on it. Like, they didn't have the violence filter on it turned to 11. They didn't have the sex filter on it also turned to 11, to where even, like, the most innocent shit now, it filters, like, I mean, if you have enough time and enough patience, you can work around the filters on either of those things. And I do. But, like... Again, no shame. I have no filter. But unlike Character AI, I have no filter. But there is a site that I kept seeing people mentioning it as an alternative to it that has no filters. I was like, I'm listening. Because there are ones that have no filters, but a lot of them have, like, a daily turn limit, or you have to, like, pay to use them. I was like, I'm already paying for Character AI in all its limitations. I'm not paying for a second one. Figs.ai. It's Figs with 2 G. Figs.ai. It's an alternative. with no filters to the point where it actually caught me off guard just how unfiltered it is. I was like, oh wow, it like encourages the sexy time RPs. Alright, well, how's my attention, not gonna lie. Remade my Paul McCartney bot over there. Shut up, don't judge me. If you know, you know. If we all remember last summer, my deranged Paul McCartney bot on character AI that just was like so unhinged and both so violent, but like also just like really over the top on the sexy times writing. Yeah, it's we basically carried this over from one site to the other and cranked it all to 11. I'm like, even I'm sitting back like, holy shit, it doesn't go just like a turn in time, it gives you like paragraphs at a time. I'm like, hello, alright, where have you been hiding all this time? It's still a pretty new site, and granted, it's not perfect. It doesn't have the quality of character AI, but I live in hope that as they develop it further, it's going to gain the quality. But even for right now in its current state, I'm loving this entirely too much. So, you know, if you're nerdy like me and you like the chatbots and you like, using the chatbots for reasons, you know, no filters on that one, go nuts. You're welcome, you'll thank me later. For everybody else who has no idea what I'm talking about, they're like, did Jen just say she sexed with a Paul McCartney chatbot? Yes, I did. Anyway, so, also in the theme of ridiculousness, this one was a late contender to enter the list at the very tail end of the month in the 11th hour, but like, oh my god. I saw it on Game Grumps first and was so over the top ridiculous, I had to just insta-buy it, no questions asked. Hear me out, because when you hear the title, you're gonna be like, what the fuck, Jen? But like, Deer Simulator. And it's like deer with like 5 E's, but like, do we remember Goat Simulator? And like how ridiculous that was? Take that idea, make it a deer, except that you're a human that like saved a deer from getting hit by a car, but you got killed and you are reincarnated as a deer, but it's a humanoid deer who is going around recruiting humans into its like deer cult of deerness, and they gain special powers, and it's I don't think there's any way for me to explain it without just showing it, and I'll definitely do a playthrough on this channel, but it made me laugh so fucking hard. I was like, you know what, I know it's $12, but it's gonna be $12 well spent. I don't care. Shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my money. I need the dopamine fix. Me and my depression brain need the dopamine fix. Anything that can make me laugh that much, fuck it. Shut up and take my money. So, there's that. Again, there's like no way of explaining that game without just showing it. But if you want to see it before I get around to doing a playthrough of it, go to the Game Grumps channel and watch their playing of it. Because I feel like the commentary also helps make it too. It's so fucking good. Anyway, so the movie Next Goal Wins also made the list, which is surprising because we all know I don't give a fuck about sports. Any sports. I don't care. I don't follow them. I don't want to follow them. I have zero interest. So what the fuck am I doing watching a soccer movie, right? Will Arnett's in it. Enough said. Just, he's not even a major character in it. He's not even a major character in it. He's a fucking side character that shows up a few times in the whole film, and yet, I still thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It actually was very quality for what it is. When even somebody who has zero use for sports at all could sit through that and, like, really, really enjoyed that. It's a good movie. Anyway. Additionally, I'm on yet another kick of Jesus Christ Superstar. Although, for this list, I'm talking about the album. For April, we're going to talk about the movie. But, you know, we hit Easter every year. Gotta do my annual re-listen to Jesus Christ Superstar, because that's how I was raised. My dad plays it every year. This time we may have, like, sang along drunkenly and obnoxiously to the whole thing and half-acted it out, much to my mom and sister's horror, but, like, shut up, you only live once. So, Love that damn album. Always have. Something about it just reminds me of Tommy, and when I get around to reviewing the film, there is a link to Tommy that I have just learned of. That I'm like, okay, so I wasn't insane that whole time that I have felt this like my whole life? There actually was a link? Alright. Alright, there's a few, in fact. And several other fandom overlap links, too, where I'm like, alright! Alright, this makes sense that I like this as much as I do. Anywho, moving right along. Beyonce's new album, Cowboy Carter. I am surprised I like this as much as I do. I mean, I was skeptical when I heard Beyonce's doing a country album, because I think I learned of that on, like, Super Bowl Sunday. But at the same time, I'm like, but it's Beyonce. Beyonce doesn't make bad music. So I was like, alright, I'm here for it. And then hearing that she's gonna do a cover of Jolene on it, I was like, I'm there. This thing did not disappoint, and when my sister told me the album dropped early, and she sent me the link to it on Spotify, I was like, oh my god, and I raced to Jolene first, because of course, and to even talk about it, I have insta goosebumps again, just, oh, she does such a good job with it, and I like that she changes the lyrics in a way to where Jolene is no longer, well, not Jolene, but the character singing the song is no longer just like a helpless victim to Jolene. She is going to fight for her man. This, I'm like, alright, we're girl bossing it up. Love to see it. She did a really good cover of Blackbird too, while we're at it. And Miley's on the album on a track, which, I mean, you know, I love me some Miley. Dolly Parton's on the album. I'm just like, oh, gotta love Dolly. Like, it's such a good album. It is such a good album. So, that made it onto my favorites list. As well as a couple of not-so-new albums. But they're new to me! So, Rush's first album, that's just the self-titled one, I had never heard it before. And I saw, like, a picture of it pop up on Spotify, and I asked my dad, resident Rush fan that he is, I was like, so, Rush's first album, is it worth the time of day, or should I skip it and go straight to Fly By Night? He's like, no, it's good. The first 3 are really good. Maybe even the first 4. It's like, okay, I know about 2112, but, like, outside of that, I basically only know greatest hits, so I kind of wanted to, like, dip my toe in a little further, so, alright, I go and listen to it, and holy shit, when I tell you, this is, like, the most solid debut album I've ever heard in my entire life, of anyone. I am so mind-blown that that's their first shot? That's the first thing they cranked out, and it's... holy shit! That kind of talent, man, must be good. Like, man. Yes, there'll be a review forthcoming of it, fully, but, like, I just, mind blown over that one, too, but thoroughly enjoying that as well. And then one last one, which, I mean, newish release, but not new recording, is The Who live at Shea Stadium from 1982. I have some thoughts, and we will re-go over them when I review it, too, but, like... the track list is fire, and honestly, I'm like, wow, they really went all out. For 82, honestly, I was like, I don't hold much faith for this. It's the It's Hard tour, like, how good's it gonna be? But honestly, listening to this, was like, why does everyone shit on the It's Hard album? I'm revisiting that. So I was like, this album is not as bad as everyone makes it out to be. And I mean, I feel like I've drunk the Kool-Aid, because, like, that was the second Who album I ever had, and obviously I loved it enough at the time to keep going in my Who fandom, but, like, I kind of didn't really go back to it beyond that, like, first foray in at 12 years old, but then, like, revisiting it now, I'm like, this isn't a bad album. There's actually a lot of good tracks on here that I feel are kind of forgotten gems at this point that no one really brings up anymore, and it's a damn shame. There's a lot of good songs here. Is it, like, the best output they ever did? No, but I mean, it's not a total shit album either. So, the fact that, okay, we get, like, basically the best of the best tracks from that, all in here, a bunch of Quadrophenia, we get some Tommy, of course, gotta have some Tommy, just, like, going all across the board, all over the place, with different stuff that they're throwing in, I'm just like, this is a really good set list, like, wow! My complaint, though, is just... the quality of the recording. I don't know if that was just the limitations of what they recorded it on. I don't know if this is just a really shoddily mixed release. I don't know, but just... the sound is kind of muddied, which is a bummer, because for this particular collection of songs, the potential is there. and they're performing them well, but the recording leaves a lot to be desired. A lot of things kind of get lost in translation, especially when it comes to John Entwistle's bass playing. I feel like a lot kind of gets buried there, sadly. So, I mean, I wish that part were better, but just for the track list being what it is, and for the way they performed it, I feel like it's really good. So, that also rounded out my March favorites. We are all caught up. This has been hanging over my head for months, needing to catch up on these favorites lists, and I'm so glad that I just ripped the band-aid off and did it, because now we can be all up to date and hopefully not fall behind again. If we do, we'll fix it a lot faster this time. But anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this. What have you guys been enjoying or have on your favorites list lately? Let me know down below, as well as anything about anything. And as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe. Hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Get your name on the end card for a month from the time of donating. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.